I just want to give a different look on the DEI issue right now. So DEI is like pretty much forcing all employers to hire a certain number essentially, right? Like a certain number of minorities. And those minorities, I love how even people who look like me are just making it as though minorities just mean black. But that just means minority. That means everyone. Even though it may be true that, Spanish, Asian, whatever, don't have to worry about per se being discriminated in the workplace. Maybe it's even true. But look at it like this. Why would that be a bad thing? Like, why would that be a bad thing that these companies, right? Walmart, Amazon, these companies that, consumers spend money with, why would it be like a thing, right? I'm sorry, a issue, right? That they don't want to hire or be forced to hire a certain number of people who look like me. Why would that be an issue? It's not. It's not an issue because we got it right. We're good, right? We know our value, right? Meaning, the people who look like me, because I see it on the internet all the time. I see it everywhere, like just how we have it, right? So engineers, bankers, financial people, all of that knowledge that we have now consumed because we're so educated, right? All of that, you telling me we need a handout? And not saying DEI was like a handout. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that because I know it was. And I'm just being sarcastic at this point. Please follow me, people. Our trade people, the constructions, the builders. Like, so you don't think we should be out there, doing our own thing? You don't think we should be creating and doing and keeping our own grocery stores? Making our own communities. Like, we can't do that. You telling me we can't do that, but everybody else can do that? Let me tell you why it's not happening. And this is what you need to hear. Is it possibly not happening and we can't see as a whole, as a collective, because the majority of us want a handout? Okay, do not come try to kill me and think whoop de whoop. Okay, don't. No, not now. But seriously though, is it that the majority of us really do want the handout? That we don't want to build our own community? You know, I know y'all ain't gonna like this, but y'all didn't get what Kanye said when he said we chose to be slaves. Y'all didn't get that. Y'all, and I do feel like Kanye be off his rocker, but when you hear truth, you can't call it false. You just can't. So shoot, argue with your mama. Argue with your mama and daddy. The majority of us in our community, and I hate to put this on the internet, but it's like, oh my God, like, who gonna listen to little old me, right? But the majority of us, we want the handout, right? We want the easy way. The majority of us don't want to go and work for it. And I don't mean go and get a job, because a lot of us have jobs. That's not what I'm talking about. I mean work for it. I mean not indulge in certain things or indulge in certain activities. Like, how many of us are really willing to give that up? There's not a lot of us, just in case you was wondering. It's not a lot of us that's willing to be ourselves. Now, I may have lost you with the ourselves part, but actually being ourselves, meaning, something that we've always had and now it's like it's disappearing. And you can fault my age group for that. You can fault a lot of, age groups for that. But something that I notice is missing in our community now is the concern for love, the concern for sharing. Like, we don't know how to even respect each other anymore. It's truly like we have adapted the American white man's mentality. if that makes sense, right? And I'm not, I'm saying we don't want to share information with each other anymore. Think about it. Like, who do you know that's really sharing information with you? I've said this before when I seen a lot of us participating in the ebooks. And for y'all people who love comparison, don't come over here with the comparison games, okay? I'm sorry, I'm a person who do not compare myself to a person who don't look like me. I just don't do it. Okay, but anyways, I'm just saying, this DEI thing, why isn't it like the best thing we can do? Because I'm just gonna remind y'all, and I know we don't like to read. I know we don't like to read, but we gotta read. We gotta read. But Black Wall Street just wasn't happening there in one location. It was around the US. That's all I'm saying.